Enumeration option is set tough.
Putting those two names together can jumpstart a host of feelings and memories through Tuscaloosa and Baton Rouge. Moments of frustration, disbelief, and jubilation due to the battles that these two have had. From national championship games to season derailments, this rivalry has had it all, and we've got even more for you today. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the LSU Tigers. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Alabama's offense will go on the attack first. This series has been built on tight games, but LSU destroyed that line of thinking by blowing out the Tide last season.
I really feel like LSU is one of the few programs in the country that on paper matches up very well with the Crimson Tide year after year. And last year, David, we saw all of those athletes make so many plays.
So many athletes. Not only did they match up, they got to celebrate. That game was early because it was a blowout. They got to celebrate, and Alabama didn't like it. I look for this rivalry game to be huge.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Man, you can't draw it up any better than that. First possession, force a 3rd down. You want to shut the home crowd up, sack the quarterback, create some momentum. Now you're getting the football back to your offense, probably with great field position.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The LSU Tigers offense will take the field for the first time. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Running back searching for a hole. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. And the Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Now they'll run it on the toss. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. 2nd down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script, almost a guaranteed first down on 2nd down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on 3rd down.
Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. There he goes. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs.
Man, this guy is so scary when he has the ball in his hands. He kind of reminds me, he's got a little bit of Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you know, just that shake and bake. And when they get in the 2nd level, DBs just don't seem to know how to tackle this guy. You don't want to submarine, he might hurtle over you, but if you don't go in with conviction, and he's got the speed to get outside and take it the distance. This dude just makes your heart stop every time he has the ball.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the tailback. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll give it to the back. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball's at the 17.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They're getting talked about a lot, unless it's negative. But They're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
This crowd knows when to bring it. They go to the ground. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football, but when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock. And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, LSU!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
I think a lot of fans were hoping that this offense maybe made some adjustments considering how much they struggled the last time they took the field. And early in this first quarter, it still seems like they're trying to iron some things out, just not clicking the way they need to be.
Floats it out in space. Breaks the tackle. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen.
Oh, he's got some space. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period.
LSU 7, Alabama 0.
They've got a first down here to open the period. Looking to throw again. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. This series dates back to 1895. One of the odd things, guys, is historically the visiting teams have had a lot of success.
And these fans don't like each other. Man, you can feel the hate, the hostility. Both programs so talented, recruited at a high level. These teams have even rematched for a national championship before, Palmer. These two teams are ballers.
And this is a game, too, David, that everybody circles on the calendar at the start of the season. We all know that conference championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications are on the line. And the intensity level in this game, it's simply unmatched in college football.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. They'll try the run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Turning it on! He's now up to 70 yards rushing as he inches closer to that 1,400-yard milestone.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run the guys, and get them on the ground, for goodness sakes. This guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
They'll leave it with him. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Power football with the run. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
So now on comes the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Here comes that Alabama offense. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Wants to go up top on first down. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion and the shortest throw on the field.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Alabama quickly back to the line. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Fires to the big fella. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They bring the punter onto the field now. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Catches it cleanly at the 20. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. LSU will into the playbook here on offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, David.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football. and we got the lead.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man on the right. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
LSU will get a 1st down.
Well, short yardage situation, they decide to go with the toss play. And nice job up front, getting a little bit of push. That's all they needed to get that 1st.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Give to the running back. Breaks into the open. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move their defensive lineman out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have any.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the American. Rice has the lead right now, but they haven't been able to separate themselves just yet inside this building that hosted Super Bowl 8. They're up by 10 over Tulane. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a 1st down here late in the half. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Here comes the heat. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. They'll immediately call timeout. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Wants to throw, they'll have to be efficient against the clock. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And ball security is starting to become a little bit of an issue for this quarterback. In his last game, he had a fumble, and he has another one right here. He has got to do a better job of keeping 2 hands on the ball.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Hill. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking for a crease to the left. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
And that's a good second down run. Commit to the running game, run the football, great gain, great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Running back looking for the end zone to the left. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals.
Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. Fielded in the end zone. It's Green. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge.
It's a seam wide open. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And the route is on. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And the ball's free, deep in his own territory. Scooped up by the kicking team.
Man, this return guy is just so dangerous. He's electric. Everybody in the stadium holding their breath right until he has the football. This guy can change the game in a heartbeat, and he showed you right there.
The huge explosive play put him right on the doorstep, and now they've got to punch it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. And nobody's been able to hold that Tiger as LSU builds its lead over Alabama.
And listen, both these teams knew coming into this one that the more physical team was going to get it done, David, and that's been the Tigers, right? On both sides of the ball. They have been dominating in this game.
And putting up points, too. When LSU gets their offense going, they are so hard to beat. Rivalry game, regular game, whatever it is, this offense is cooking.
The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, you've got to lock in.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Wide open downfield. There he goes. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Alabama!
Hey, QBs love their big tight ends, and especially guys that can do such great things after the catch. He catches it. Dang, Palmer, he looks like a backup receiver after he catches the football.
What a matchup nightmare, too, man. I mean, he's just too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. If I'm this QB, I'm looking that guy's way a lot more often in this one.
He'll bring it out. It's Hill. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there on the scoreboard. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Gonna sling it on 2nd down. And that's gonna fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Gets it across the 25. He'll step out at the 26 as this offense tries to grind out some yardage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Needs it to keep this drive alive. Still running at the 40. Flying out to the left. The 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, LSU!
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience, and with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Trying play action. Unloads it left. A strike downfield. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires complete on the crosser. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. They'll go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They haven't executed greatly. They're going to have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback a little better.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Makes the grab over the middle. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. They'll give it on the counter. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Here's the handoff. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab past the marker. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43.
Well, that tells you a lot about the confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
To the ground with the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Leaves it with the back. Oh, he's got some space. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Guys, LSU has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. Leaves it with the running back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And sometimes these QBs, man, you just want them to hang in the pocket maybe just a little bit longer. It's third down. I got a little bit I got to get, and I think he pulls the football down, tries to make a play with his feet, but the defense does their job and forces the fourth down.
It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
This is so a Jesse Palmer. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Gotta look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield on first down. Being aware of the entire situation, maybe you just let that ball go out of bounds, but he makes the catch and he'll lose yardage. So he gets a foot down, but he really didn't get a foot forward. No gain on the play.
And you could have just quarterback sneaked it and got more yards than that. We need more from this passing game.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play call.
Catch inside the 30 and still running. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
And that's why you've got a lot of receivers on your hands team. Guys, the best hands on your team, so they're able to hop on that.
They want that clock to run. Running to Green. Turning it on. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game. Being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
Fights off a defender. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They're testing the right side here. Headed to the end zone. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Notre Dame is currently up big at this moment in what's shaping up to be a lopsided affair for the Golden Domers.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Here comes that Alabama offense. Wants to throw on first down. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
That's a bad decision by the quarterback. In that area of the field, you have got to be careful. If the guy's not wide open, you've got to throw that football away, because not only are you getting it picked off, but he's returning it now down close to your goal line.
Beck's going for the goal line. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the Oaks.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Coffee. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Now the play fake. Caught in the backfield, it's Hoffman. Quick spin on the run. Breaks into the open. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his back in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. Catch in the middle. It's Coffee. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give us up as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
Wide receiver comes in motion.
Encroachment defense.
The encroachment penalty on the D gives the offense a free 5 yards. Well, that changed things a bit after the penalty. It's 3rd and 3. They'll try to get the first through the air. Got him downfield. I'm sorry, you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous party. A late touchdown.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting. They're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched. But here in the fourth quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to see guys still trying to fight. Because as a coach, you want to know the next time you take the field which guys you can depend on and what you can build off of.
Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They've put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The give to the back. Across the 45. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the fourth quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. 2nd down coming up. He'll try the right side. There he goes. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown on the final play. The denouement. The epilogue. The finishing touch. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.